What's up everyone, it's Lord Ryujin here bringing you another video, and I just wanted to talk about something that I just saw. I got on my Xbox One momentarily, and I have a digital version of Killer Instinct, and I saw where they had announced that there's going to be a Killer Instinct Definitive Edition. Now this to me confirms everything that I have said before about why it's better to stay physical. Because if I had gone the route that Microsoft says that I should have, and had this game fit digitally, I would have spent, what, $60 total to get everything, like everything. $60 to get Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, get all the characters. And if you've been buying it season by season, then you've probably been spending $15 to $20 each season. Or you could have just done like I did. Like I just did. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to spend $30, $40 to get Season 1 and 2 and all this jazz. No. $40 gets you the whole game. The whole game. And that includes the original Killer Instinct and Killer Instinct 2, the arcade versions. All the stages, all the characters, everything for $40. But if you bought it digitally, it was $60. So it seems like I was in the right by saying that it's always best to stay physical. And this is the reason why it's best to stay physical. Because waiting for a physical version just simply means, you know what, in a few months to a year, this is probably going to go down to $20, and I'll own the entire Killer Instinct for about half the price if I continue to wait. Might even be somewhere in a bargain bin. But the simple matter of the fact is that I'm also excited about this, because this means that I get to have the entire game, and I don't have to worry about any potential issues should for some reason Microsoft Live go down or anything like that. Now I know that for the most part, even if you're not a Live member, that you can still, you know, get these games and stuff like that you downloaded when you were part of Gold. But it's nice to have that should anything happen to the servers or anything like that, they can't verify it for whatever reason. It's just nice to have that. But I wanted to just talk about that real quick, because I thought it was really neat that you're getting a definitive edition of Killer Instinct, which pretty much confirms what I thought they might have done. It appears as though Season 3 is probably going to be the last season. And it makes a ton of sense. I mean, 3 years is more than enough time to continue supporting a fighting game. Probably best to move on to your next project, or potentially a Killer Instinct Part 2 or something like that. Whatever project you decide to endure next. So that pretty much settles that. I mean, there's one character left in the Season 3 roster, and I'm pretty sure it's Idol. I was going to talk about this before they announced General Rom, about how I thought it was going to be a herald of Idol, just like there was a herald of Gargus. But it's pretty much going to be Idol, because, I mean, unless they don't have any intentions of bringing over all the Killer Instinct characters, the only character that is left from the original Killer Instinct roster is Idol. I mean, they even have Gargus, they have everyone that has shown up in both the Killer Instinct games. They have every single character except for Idol. It's the only one I can think of. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. So yeah, the last character is probably going to more likely be Idol, unless they just plan to just completely ignore Idol. I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. They're coming out for Definitive Edition, so that pretty much seems to me like they're confirming that this is the end, because I don't see the point in them releasing a Definitive Edition, which gives you everything, all the stages and all the characters and everything, if they're going to come out with more characters. That just doesn't seem like it meshes well. And hopefully it is the end, because something that I talked about it before with other people, and I think I even brought it up on this channel, is the fact that I don't know how much further they can take it. I mean, they're getting to the point now where they're starting to draw in, you know, guest characters like General Rom and Rash and all that stuff, and Arbiter, just to keep the roster full and to keep characters coming, because they're kind of running out of characters. You know what I'm saying? So Idol being the last one and then saying we're done, this is it, there's 3 seasons of Killer Instinct and we're done, here's the definitive version. Hopefully it will include a story mode that wraps it all up. You know, because there was a story for Season 1, there was story mode for Season 2, but there hasn't been one for Season 3. So hopefully with the release of the last character, there'll be a story that's released for the characters that will sort of wrap everything up in a nice little bow, or maybe even leave it open again for a potential sequel. But yes, the Killer Instinct Definitive version comes out, I believe it said September 20th. I know it comes out in September definitively. I believe it said September 20th. And I, for one, plan to pick it up because I'm tired of it taking up space on my Xbox hard drive, and I don't plan to give any more money to Microsoft for a game that, I mean, it's ridiculous. Right now they're offering Seasons 1 and 2 for $30, and I already have Season 1. I have no purpose in paying for Season 1 again, you know? But for $40 to buy the whole thing and to get Killer Instinct 1 and Killer Instinct 2 instead of having to plop down a full $60 to get everything, like all the characters, Shadow, Jago, everyone, that seems like that's a pretty good deal to me. Especially when it seems like lately they've been trying to double dip and get me to get like Season 1 again, and you know, here's a bundle that includes these characters. I'm like, I already have them though. So it's nice to have that. At least in my book. And the fact that I'll get a definitive physical version, to me, is just wonderful. But make sure that you put your thoughts in the comments down below about what you think about Killer Instinct Definitive Edition. Are you looking forward to it? Could you care less about Killer Instinct? And go ahead and speculate about the last character. I believe it's Idol, but if you think there could be anybody else, feel free to put it down in the comments. That way you can get the credit for that if it turns out to come true. But otherwise, guys, I am Lord Ryujin, and I appreciate you watching as always. And I'm sorry that I rambled on a little bit. I saw this just a few minutes ago, and I felt like talking about it. I felt like it was something that was noteworthy to mention for any potential Killer Instinct fans out there like me. I remember playing the original, old school SNES Killer Instinct and loving Killer Instinct Gold in my Nintendo 64. So I've really been enjoying this game a lot. And to finally get a definitive version that I can take with me, even to a friend's house who might not have the ability to get Killer Instinct, I can then say, well, here's my controller, here is Killer Instinct Definitive Edition, let's play. And battle with my friends instead of having to like get them to buy these characters and get them to do this, that, the other. It's so much better, and everyone seems to win through this way. But I appreciate you watching. As always, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.